The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Kamajoba. This is not a surprise. Some professional sectors have been more impacted by the COVID. This is especially the case for event organizers. Despite of the situation, a young and innovative company keeps on going and trying to make something innovative throughout the Georgian events landscape. I'm talking about Rembow, created in Tbilisi 10 years ago.
Rembow Events has been created in 2012, but it started more efficient work after 2015. The founder of the company is DJ Rembow. He's been in this business for almost more than 15 years, and he was in events, so he decided to create his own company. And that's how it started. It was small at first, and then it started. He created the group company, he hired employees, and that's how it started all. And we've done more than 300 events, big, small, average, all sizes. We focus mainly on corporate events as well as private parties like weddings and birthdays and opening ceremonies as well. But mostly we focus on the corporate events. We work with large companies and also small companies. It doesn't depend how big the company is. For all the companies, we do the same amount of work, the same amount of group of people work there. So we try to give them as much as we can. It's very hard to find people who will be loyal and who will do the work efficiently. So Rembow, Levan, he decided to work with his family. His sister and his wife are very much including in all of the decision making and all of the processes. And also we have, as me, I was hired 3 years ago. I've been here with them. And when there's big events, we outsource our employees, or we know people who are good workers and do good work. So that's how we operate. We mostly focus on Georgian and local companies, but there are some times that we have people who are from other countries coming here, do business, the people who do business here. Usually we got the customers' events from outside country by recommendations. The people who we work with, they give recommendations, and that's how they find us. And it's usually in the local business, it's the same way. When they're pleased with their work, when they're satisfied, they give recommendations, and that's how we get more clients. And also we have advertisements in Google, so that's how people from other countries find us as well. But unfortunately, at this period of time, there were a lot of people who wanted to come to Georgia and do events here, but COVID has restricted all of it, and unfortunately we had to cancel a lot of events because of that. When we start working, we're very focused on every detail, because every detail matters to us, even the small ones, because that's how we create the atmosphere of the event. And we're very friendly with them, as well, keeping the professional side with it. And that's what they like. They like communications with us. We're very open with communications with them. We try to give the best service, and we're very 100% and even more present in every detail. So I think it makes us unique because we're very focused on what we do. It was a very hard year for us. When COVID first hit, we had events planned and they canceled like 2 days prior the event, and it was a lot of tension. People were scared, people didn't know what was going on, so everything was canceled, and it was very hard for us. The first year, the next summer it opened a little bit, then it closed. It was like a game, like we're open, we can do some things, and now it's closed, we can't do it. It was very hard for us. We had to let go for some things, for some employees that were, unfortunately, couldn't keep them. But we used this time for our growth. We took some classes together, so we could learn some more and to be more prepared for what's going to be after COVID. We try to do some things like doing with all of the protocols that were in line, to use that to do the tests and then do the events. But we're still trying to figure out how we can live with COVID and work with COVID. So it was a very hard year. We tried to manage it as a team. Unfortunately, we didn't have the time to go somewhere and to see it by ourselves, but we usually watch videos, see photos. We watch all the big companies, what they do, what the trends are, so we keep with the trends and do everything like they do. Not like they do, but accordingly, so it's not out of picture. That's how we operate. We also would like to visit some conferences. There are some conferences how an event can be planned and to have our growth as a company and as a person. But unfortunately, because of COVID, it was all stopped and we couldn't make it. But we hope that in some day, when it's all over, we can go and see ourselves and talk and to gain more partners as well, because that's the field when you can find out more about people, find some companies we can work together and also introduce our country so they can come and do events there. So the conferences are very good, but unfortunately because of COVID we couldn't do it, but it's still hope for the future. By the events that we're organizing, first of all, we're giving a lot of joy to the people, and everyone who's leaving our party or event is always happy. And for the events, for the corporate parties, it's very structural. Usually the HR comes to us, so they have a strict plan. Like they have from the event to improve their quality of working, to make them more happy, to be more like to create groups of people who can work together. And usually we incorporate everything, all the details with HR. So we make their working place better with our events. That's how we think. As a company, we always try to find some new ways and new possibilities we can improve our company and events as well. We're very simple in working process, but we create something extraordinary with our experience, with what we gain, with our knowledge, and we try to give the best and to give them the wow effect that they all deserve and then what they want. For a young company, I think it's an advantage because we always have the room for growth. We can always growing and always going up the hill. Until COVID, we were going very high. We had a lot of events, and the quality of events from the first one to the next one was improving by little steps, but it was improving all the way. So as a young company, it's a good sign for us because we always improve and always try to keep up with the trends. We're always in the moment, and we try to find as much information for our growth and for our company's growth. During the COVID period, we also switched a little bit to doing only decorations. For example, for the malls, for the stores, as what they needed, we switched to that.
Georgia is a fertile ground for young and innovative projects. Taking example of what is done abroad, companies like Rembow are improving the events in such a wonderful way, and this is one among a lot of dynamic teams made in Georgia.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.